back to another episode of Kate and Isaiah Living Large. I'm Isaiah.
And I'm Kate.
And on this episode, we are going to talk about, well, we're actually just going to do a quarterly check-in. We're going to talk about everything. It's going to be a fun, easy episode after last week's little intense episode. If you didn't listen to that episode, it was on bullying, and it was pretty intense. Highly recommend going back and listening to it. But this episode, we're going to be nice, light, and easy. We're going to do just a nice quarterly check-in. So let's just get going. So how are we feeling?
You know what? I'm feeling like $1,000,000. How are you feeling?
I am feeling good. So we started this journey in January, although our first episode didn't come out then. But tell me, what have you been feeling? How are you doing? What's the hap?
So, as Isaiah said, I started my weight loss journey in January. I've talked about it a couple of times. Weighed in was 445 pounds. Could hardly walk without my back feeling like I was going to keel over. Couldn't stand up and chat with somebody at their desk at work without excruciating back pain. And was in a real predicament and was approaching 40 years old. And so now I'm just over 3 months in, and in business terms, because we all like to talk in those, we're finishing up Q1, going into Q2.
We're doing our quarterly review.
We're doing our quarterly review, and I feel really great. I've lost around 50 pounds, and my life honestly has changed significantly for the better. How about you, Isaiah? I know we didn't start the podcast right away, but...
Yeah, so my journey really started like last November, but really didn't really kick off the hardcore trying to lose weight until January. I've only really been down about 6 pounds, but I do feel a lot better. I can get up and go and feel like I can walk. And I was kind of walking back in January, but now I definitely feel way better, way more healthy. Even though I haven't lost all the weight that I'm trying to push towards, in life in general, I feel healthier.
And now, what does that mean for you in terms of your summer plans?
Oh, so I mean, for most part, my summer plans are gonna be a lot more of going out and about. I definitely want to try and hit up a lot more breweries this year. So if you want to check that out, we talk about Maritime Brews. My plans are a lot more in that vein. I want to go visit a lot more, and I probably want to try and amp my clothing line up a bit more. I want to get a little bit more clothes, maybe travel to Montreal or somewhere where the clothing options are abundant.
That's so cool. I want to be a lot more physical this summer. For one, I have tickets to a couple of concerts. I'm going to see the Fleet Foxes in Halifax, which I'm super pumped about. And I have tickets to Area 506 right here in St. John, New Brunswick, which I'm really excited about. Super good lineup this year. And it's a very diverse lineup in terms of styles of music. Like, if you don't like this, well, they've got that. I'm super pumped about both of those things. Whereas in years past, in the last 2 or 3 years, that would not have been something I would have bought tickets for, because I knew that there was no way that I'd be able to stand up for the length of a concert.
Right.
And so that plan alone is life-changing, because I know that I can do it. And I know if you have never battled this and you're listening, you think, what do you mean you couldn't have stood up for a concert? I mean, when you think about even 50 pounds, which is a lot. I mean, that's a big bag of potatoes. When I told my dad, who is a very practical man, he's an engineer, and he's an engineer like engineers are engineers, and he has a pellet stove, and when I lost the 40 pounds, he was like, wow. And then he picked up the bag of pellets. He goes, that's this bag of pellets.
That's funny. Yeah. That's an interesting way to think of weight loss. It was like physical being, right? Because honestly, like 50 pounds is what, like a 1 year old, 2 year old? I don't know what children weigh.
It's a lot bigger than that. I don't know what kind of 2-year-olds you
What do
see.
children weigh?
Yeah. No, probably more like a 5-year-old.
Listen, I don't know. What do children weigh?
I think my nephew, who's in grade 6, weighs about 85 pounds.
Listen, I don't know. I don't have children. And clearly, I don't know what they're supposed to weigh.
This 2-year-old 50-pounder is that poor mother. She still has to carry him.
Oh, it's a sack of potatoes, okay?
It's not like when you were in junior high school and you had to carry an egg around.
Listen, I never had to carry that egg around. And if I did, it would have been eaten. All right. So, enough about me not knowing weights of things. Children. Wow. So, besides losing a whole sack of potatoes, I know you had talked about wanting to do more hiking. Have you got summer plans to do any hiking and stuff?
I like nothing concretely planned, but I do have some activity plans already generating. I'm planning on doing the beer run, which sounds like it would be a good thing for you to do too, Isaiah. It kind of lines up your two big interests.
I mean, yes, I actually have been thinking about it. So last year I didn't do the running portion of the beer run. I just went and did the beer portion of the beer run.
Same.
So I have been thinking about that because they start at Moosehead and they go to the cruise ship terminal.
Yeah.
So I have been thinking about signing up and actually doing the run. I'm gonna go to the actual event either way, but I haven't decided whether I want to do the run portion of.
Isaiah, it costs no more money.
Yes, I understand that.
Just sign up and then walk the 5K. You don't have to run. I'm not going to run. Let's be clear here. I haven't gone from being 445 pounds and not being able to stand at someone's desk to running anywhere. That's not a thing that has not been that transformative. The gym's great. Afterburn, by the way, Afterburn Gym, check it out. It's really excellent. I love it there. I really do. They're not sponsoring me in any way, but they could if you're listening.
No. Well, it could be your name could be found here.
No, they're great. Anyway, I have no problem paying for my gym membership. It's truly a fantastic place, but yeah, it's not that transformative that I've gone to, I'm just going to squeak out a little 5K here. No big. No, it'll be a task for me to do the 5K, but it is definitely manageable. So you have literally nothing to lose. If I'm doing it, Isaiah, you can do it.
Maybe we should. Maybe when is the beer run?
I think it's in the beginning of June 1st, maybe.
Maybe we'll do that. Maybe I will film it. We'll do I'll have a whole video.
Maybe we can make sure we line up at least part of it together so we can we're gonna
do little promos
for our podcast.
Maybe that sounds like maybe we will do that.
It's on our path to fame. Maybe we could have t-shirts.
Oh man, we could. My wife does have a Cricut and she's great at it.
I was gonna say if only we knew someone who could do that for
Someone
us.
super artsy.
Maybe we can get them for our friends too.
Oh yes.
We could make like a Kate and Isaiah sponsored run.
Let's do it.
Run.
You heard it here first. All right, so we're doing the beer run. Apparently, we're doing the beer run.
We're doing the beer run.
Doing it. What other hike trails you want to do?
The one that I want to do, and only because I've heard other people talk about it, not because I have any real passion for it, is the one I want to do is Split Rock. But there's ones that I need to do to build up to that, and I have some great friends who are we have some great friends who are super into hiking. Hi Colin and Maria. They are like very seasoned hikers.
They are outdoorsy.
I mean, Colin hiked the Appalachian Trail, which is
intense.
Amazing. And that's also where I learned that it's not called the Appalachian Trail.
Yeah, intense. So you got some plans with people to try and hike. You did the app thing. How's your journey on the app
The
going?
app thing is going well enough. It has been an exceptionally cold April at to this point. We film early. So maybe the weather's changed and it's been really beautiful the last 2 weeks and I've been on so many walks.
Who knows?
As of right now, not the case, but I've made it uh, you know, 3 inches on the journey. No, I can't remember exactly how many kilometers. I've made it about 15 or 16 kilometers or something on the Cabot Trail, and I got my first postcard that they sent you by
Nice.
email from Bedeck, I think.
Ooh, sweet. Well, that is a goal, and you want to get. Is your plan to try and get that by the end of the year? Is that the plan?
I think by September, I think
by
is what I
September?
put in, and I don't think it's unmanageable.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll definitely next. That'll be around next quarter, won't it?
Yeah, it'll be. Well, no, it'll be far beyond that.
Oh my goodness.
April, May, June. Next quarter is like June or July.
My work tells me when I have to do my quarterly business review.
And
so-
then that'll be by entering between quarter three and quarter four.
Ooh, Q4,
Q4.
the most intense quarter.
It is the most intense quarter.
All right. So we're hiking. What about clothes? You found any new clothes? You talked about your favorite pants. We talked about that in our fitting
Yeah, and
episode. They're
clothes-
still going good.
Yeah, pants are great. I haven't worn them again because I still want to breathe, but but I will wear them again soon. And I bought another great sweater now from In Pursuit, which I'm
Ooh.
pretty excited about. It's beautiful and brightly colored. It's not the one I'm wearing though. It should have been. Was not thinking. What about you? You said you're going on a fashion tour. Do you have any other like physical activity plans this summer?
As far as physical activity plans, other than my gym routine, I think I'm going to step up my gym routine. My hope is right now I've got a pretty good one going, but by July, maybe August, I plan to amp that up a little bit more and start going. Because right now I only go three times a week. I think I'm gonna try and amp that up to 4 to 5 times a week in the summer.
Nice.
I mean, the summer's gonna be a little bit more intense of a time to try and do that, because as we all know, the summer's like the laxest time that people typically go to the gym. But
Yeah, but it's because it's nice outside and like fit people are doing outdoor
I know,
things.
right?
I
Fit people.
and I'm trying to be one of those people who like seeks joy in like activity, like friend activity that's not just going out for beer, but maybe going for a walk on Harbor Passage and then going for a beer or no beer.
Most of my journeys have beer in them. No, that's definitely. I want to try and do some more outdoor activities. There is in Nakawik area. There is a downed plane that I would like to try and go to. Last year we attempted to get to it, but it was too hot and I was just too tired and we just never made it. So maybe this year might be the year we try and.
Like the sight of a plane crash.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. We're in Nakawit.
Oh, I don't even know how it's like off in the woods down like an old like down a logging trucker trail and somewhere. There's a whole map online for it.
Cool.
So
I didn't know that was a thing.
yeah, Andrea had found it online. We were gonna go last year and we just never got to it. So this year maybe we'll try and get to that.
Well, I hope you find your plane crash site, Isaiah.
And then always still gotta stop at a Big Axe Brewery because it's right there.
Yeah, and I mean, Nakawik's a cute little town
It
anyway.
is.
Got the big axe.
Yeah, no, that's why they have Big Axe Brewery.
Yeah. They do a beer fest, or they used to do a beer show there too, didn't they?
They do a beer festival, yeah, at the end of August, I feel like it is. or
Yeah.
maybe the 1st of September, yeah. They definitely do a beer show there. Got a lot of beer shows I want to go to. The next thing beer-wise I have related is in May. So that would be a topic for next month, really.
Yeah. What's in May?
I'm going to meet up with the NB Beer Show guys.
Nice.
And we're gonna do a Fredericton beer hopping tour. So
Cute.
stay tuned for lots of videos and from Fredericton and the breweries in Fredericton.
Well, and speaking of beer hopping and art hop and things, there's another St. John art hop coming up soon too, which is a thing that I've always been interested in doing, and I have done them number of times, but the last couple, another thing that I could not physically do. And, around Christmas time, there's Uptown Sparkles, which is a wonderful event. And I was out with my friend Maria. We're going hiking this summer. And it was actually really scary. And I was talking to her about it relatively recently. And she was scared on my behalf as well, because I had a hard time to walk around the block.
Yeah.
And Uptown Sparkles is not physically taxing. But I walked from my house, which is bottom of King Street East. I had to take 3 breaks to get to King Square, and then I sat in King Square for a while. It's like, okay, I gotta keep going. And I met her by the tree lighting, and I remember being at the tree lighting, for no more than 20 minutes, and I could feel tears coming to my eyes because my back hurt so badly.
Yeah.
And so I'll reiterate, this whole first quarter has truly been transformative.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, you definitely have gone very, very far in the last 3 months.
Yeah.
It's been kind of crazy, to be honest.
And I don't know that I can ever achieve that level of transformation again, because it was the difference between, life, living and not living. And I don't mean living period, but I mean having a life.
Yeah. No, for sure. It's been an interesting 3 months. And I'm excited for the next 3 months for sure.
Yeah.
What other plans do you have for the summer?
So far, no other solid plans. There's a version of Marathon by the Sea in September that I'd like to do, one of the 5Ks associated with that. So it's interesting. These things that I'm planning in my head are very physical. I don't know. I know my sister has been doing a Couch to 5K program as well, and she's always been an avid walker, as has my mom. My mom traditionally has walked 11 kilometers a day for the last dozen years or something. But my sister also goes out for walks regularly, but she's kind of stepped up her game, and so she's interested in these things too. So it's kind of fun to have these journeys together.
Yeah, no, it's definitely good to have that kind of support system too. Do you feel like your journey so far has encouraged other people to?
I don't know. I try not to. I think maybe the TikTok people and and that kind of stuff. But what I find is interesting is encouraged a conversation with people that is really interesting. So my cousin and her boyfriend, my cousin, who is just an incredible human, I love her. She's done an Ironman, as has her boyfriend, and so they're intensely fit people. But it's been really interesting because they've been kind of following my progress through the TikTok and then through our podcast, and then we'll talk about fit people things. and even though the training is much different, the training theirs is much more strenuous than mine, but the idea of training is similar. Getting your butt in gear to do something is the same for pretty much everyone.
Right?
Sometimes you have bad days, sometimes you don't, and some runs are better than others, some workouts are better than others. I went to a Monday workout last week that it was not a good workout. Things kind of hurt. I felt like I wasn't moving as well as I had been previously, and I was getting kind of down. And then the coach was like, you're here. So a workout is better than no workout.
That's right.
Yeah. So I still walked away. I was like, at least I worked out.
Right. Yeah.
How about you?
I have, so there's a guy at my gym comes in every once in a while that I know. And we talk it's not necessarily about how hard you work out sometimes, but just about the fact that you got to the gym to at least do something.
Yeah. Consistency is king.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have found, I've seen some people posting that the conversations we've had in our YouTubes, their podcast, have encouraged them to at least attempt to try and be a little bit more active, which is nice. I think
I love that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's working for me. Honestly, this podcast, knowing that I have to record this podcast, not have to, I want to.
No, I force her here.
Yeah. propelled me even this past week on Thursday. I did not want to go to the gym, but I knew I had to weigh in because I knew we would talk about it on our last. I'm giving away too many secrets.
Give away all the secrets.
But we changed clothes, but recorded 2 at once.
What?
So it did propel me to the gym so that I could get to the scale there, and also I wasn't going to go to the gym and weigh in and not work out, and it was a
Right.
I had a great workout.
Yeah. So this has also encouraged me to be like, okay, I need to go. Like we need to go, and that's what this is all about. Really, at the end of the day, right? Is
Yeah.
us to be more accountable to each other and accountable to you folks listening and watching, so that we can make sure that we stay on track as well.
Absolutely, but also be real about it, because the truth is, I would be lying if I said that I didn't eat poorly sometimes or didn't
Right.
succumb to cravings or And an old coach of mine, Vicky, used to say, if you've lived life by the 80-20 rule, you're doing well. So if you're 80% of the time doing the right, I don't like the right or wrong binary either, but 80% of the time you're eating the right things, whatever, and 20% of the time you're not, you're still 80% of the time doing okay.
Yeah.
And
no.
the other 20%, you know what?
And as our tagline says, eat, live, move. Right? That's it.
That's right.
Like we've talked about this multiple times, and that it's about balance, right? It's about eating, and you can eat junk food and whatever, as long as you balance that with going and moving and doing something.
Yeah.
And like you said, for you, moving was hard, right? And even for me, like my back always hurt. I was a little bit more moving and a little bit did things, but my back constantly hurt. And so even just going to the gym and losing a little bit of weight has helped with that kind of pain and wanting
Yeah.
to do things, and not so much huffing and puffing as I used to do.
No, exactly. And I mean, for me, I never got to the point of huffing and puffing because I couldn't move. But at any rate,
I think this has been a nice, light, quarterly check-in from our intense conversation last week.
yeah.
So I think we should wrap it here. As always, where can people find you on the internet?
People can find me on TikTok at Fat Caitlin, on Twitter at the Caitlin Dean, on Facebook we're Kate and Isaiah Living Large.
Kate and Isaiah Living Large.
Kate and Isaiah Living Large. And yeah, how about you?
As always, I am on all of the social medias at Maritime Bruce. And I am going to hopefully be doing more long-form YouTube at Maritime Bruce. So look forward to that.
And of course, we have our own TikTok at Living Large. Kate
and Isaiah Living Large. Listen, it's like episode 8 and you still can't get it. We are like months into this now. Oh,
And I literally start with my own name.
right.
Oh, well.
On that, thank you guys for listening. We appreciate all of your feedback and all of your comments and all the love you guys have given us. And goodbye.
Tell your friends.